Hey, what's up you guys? Raylo here from KidneyPuncher.com, here to bring you another review. Today, we're going to be talking about the Aspire Plato all-in-one box mod. But before we go any further, let's dive down up close, take a look at the box, open it up, show you all the goods, and show you how this thing works. Alright, so here we are in up close mode with the Aspire Plato all-in-one. Here's the box that it comes in. The front of the box, very, very sleek, shows you the pretty much the actual size of the device as well. And on the side, it's Plato, Aspire, and Plato. Let's look on the back. So on the back here, they give you a quick little description of their product and also show you all the different colors that it comes in. Black, white, rose gold, gray, blue, lavender, and pink. Now let's go ahead and open this box up, show you what comes inside. So the first thing you're going to see is the Aspire user manual for your Plato. Gives you all the different information that you need to know about this device. Here is the device itself, sitting all nice and pretty in its package. But let's go ahead and dive down deeper and see what else is in here before we talk about this some more. So underneath that hard shell, what we have here is a plethora of goodies and extras. So let's go ahead and go over each one of these. So first thing out of the box that I pulled out is their 0.4 ohm head. This is rated for 40 to 50 watts, as you can clearly see. It's held on by these insulators right here and O-rings. You have your airflow down here at the bottom, and this is very reminiscent of, say, like the cuboid with the 0.4 ohm heads. This is all press fit. You can't take this thing apart, and when you buy these heads, it comes as one solid piece. And of course, here's where your drip tip will sit in, and also these grooves are how you take this in and out of your device. It also comes with an Aspire 2500 mAh high drain battery. This is rated for 20 amps to 40 amps, but of course I would only probably use this up to 20 amps. It comes with two different drip tips. You have a nice stainless steel one that has a little bit more of a restricted airflow. And then you have your Delrin one, which gives you a little bit more of that wide bore quality. I would suggest using this one with the 0.4. I would suggest using this one with the 1.8 ohm heads. It comes with this awesome little tool right here that is used to unscrew and tighten up your drip tip so you can access your coils. It also comes with this really, really nice, probably one of the nicest USB cords I've ever seen in any vape device. This can be used to charge your device as well as for the firmware upgrades. And then last but not least, for the extras, it comes with two extra gaskets, and these are used for your fill hole and your air release hole, which of course you'll see later when we break down the tank. All right, so that's it for the extras. Let's go ahead and talk about the actual device, the Aspire Plato. So here's what it looks like all the way around. You can see from the top, that's where your drip tip goes in and how you unscrew it. Right here on the side, you have a small window so you can actually see into your tank. You have a nice stainless steel sleeve right here holding everything in place. You have a nice round, almost flush button, almost flush, just barely sticks out just enough for you to feel in the dark. And then you have your plus and minus buttons down here. You have your screen sitting all nice and pretty right there in the center. And you have your USB port down here at the bottom. On the very bottom of the device, this is your airflow. So right here you have your, right here you have your adjustable airflow, and you just turn it to adjust for wide open or mouth to lung. Now let's go ahead and open this thing up and show you what it looks like on the inside. So you can see we have some powerful magnets here that hold your door in place. You have your glass tube, which is a nice upgrade from some of the other all-in-one devices. So this is Pyrex glass holding everything together. And there's your battery compartment with two more very strong magnets. So the coil that comes pre-installed with your device is the 1.8 ohm coil head. Now let's go ahead and use the tool that comes with this and unscrew this. And you could also use a coin if you'd rather. So now that we have this all unscrewed, you just grab the top and you pull your coil head right out. Once you've done this, you can now pull out your glass tank. So that way if you need to clean and anything else you need to do, if one of these rips and you need to replace it, it's as easy as that. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at the adapter that they give you for the 1.8 ohm heads. So of course, drip tip, sits right there at the top. Then you come down here and here's your head. All this is just screwed right into the adapter itself. Now, this adapter is meant to hold Triton coils or Nautilus coils, which you can see right here. You've probably seen these heads before. Very, very common. This is the 1.8 ohm heads. Look down in there, coils down in there with all of your wick. Very simple, very, very simple. And then to adjust this for bigger heads, all you have to do is unscrew right here and adjust these. Once you adjust these for your size, you can take your new head, screw that in, and then screw this right back down on top. Now to fill your device, you use these two little grommets or stoppers right here. And normally what I do is I'll pop open the top one and start filling it. If you need to have a little bit more airflow, if your juice isn't going in there properly, just open up both at the same time and use your dropper and fill this up. Another benefit of this is if you still have leftover juice in here and you're trying to empty it out, you can open both of these and just tip it and pour your juice right out. So let's go ahead and go over some of the options you have here on your screen. So as you can see on the screen itself, you have 50 watts, you have your voltage, and then you have your resistance, and you have a battery meter right here on the side. So let's go ahead and show you some of the features. So this does have an auto rotating screen. So at first you hold it this way, and then we're gonna flip it around. You can see it changed, flip it around again, and it keeps changing right to where you want it. You have your plus and minus buttons here. These never change, so plus is always plus, minus is always minus. Now, let's go ahead and talk about some of the other features on the screen. So let's say you want to go into stealth mode. Stealth mode is as simple as 3 clicks. 1, 2, 3, and stealth mode. Now you can fire it, and nothing will light up. To get out of stealth mode, another 3 clicks. 1, 2, 3, and we're back. So when you put your battery in, you'll see the Aspire logo. Once that goes, you have an option of wattage mode or TC mode. We're going to go into wattage mode. Then it also gives you the option of regulated or bypass. Regulated, of course, goes off the wattage. Bypass goes off the power of your battery. So we'll go into regulated. Then it's going to ask you to confirm. Yes. Now, if you don't want to take your battery out and you want to go into temperature control mode, easy enough. Just hold both plus and minus buttons down. And now it'll ask you again if you want to go into wattage or TC. So let's go ahead and drop down into TC mode and show you how this works. So press down, hit your power button. Now it'll ask you if you want nickel or titanium. Choose whichever one you have. Hit the power button again, then it'll tell you Celsius or Fahrenheit. Pick whichever one you want, and good to go. Now it's going to ask you if your coil is room temperature, of course. Yes, and then confirm. Once that goes, you have your power setting right here. It is set at 300 degrees Fahrenheit. And your plus and minus buttons will change that for you. Now, since I'm not running a temperature control coil in here, I'm not going to actually fire this. But we'll show you once you're holding down your button, you can go all the way up to 600 degrees Fahrenheit. And you can go down as low as 200 degrees Fahrenheit. All right, so there we go. That was the up close with the Aspire Plato. Let's go ahead and go back into FaceTime, talk about it, vape on it. All right, you guys, so we're back from up close mode with the Aspire Plato. Let's go ahead and take a quick vape on this. I have the 0.4 ohm coils in here right now, so I'll show you how that works. So as you can clearly see, this gives a very, very exceptional vape for such a small package. I'm actually pretty impressed with this. But before we go into the pros and cons, let's go ahead and talk about some of the specs real quick. So first things first, this is an all-in-one device, which means it holds everything. Your tank's included, the battery, everything's in here. The only thing you need to do is buy juice. This is stainless steel construction. It has a nice brushed finish on all of the different color options that it comes with. In wattage mode, it fires as low as 1 watt and all the way up to 50 watts. For voltage, this fires down to a 0.03 volt, all the way up to 9.5 volts. In temperature control mode, you can go from 200 to 600 degrees Fahrenheit. Now let's talk about some of the resistance. So resistance in wattage mode goes from zero point 0.1 to 3 ohms. In bypass mode, it's 0.2 to 3 ohms. And in TC mode, it's 0.05 to 2 ohms. It comes with a Pyrex glass tank, so you don't have to worry about tank cracking juices. And it also holds, depending on which head you're using, anywhere from 4.6 to 5.4 mils of juice. It takes the Plato coils, which you saw, the 0.4, which I have in here right now, and also comes with the 1.8, but it also uses Triton and Nautilus coils as well. It is completely firmware upgradable with the included USB cord, and it also comes with the auto rotating screen, so no matter which way you're holding it, it just auto flips. Plus, for you stealth vapors out there, it does have the extra stealth mode option with just 3 clicks. It comes with the included battery, your 18650 battery, so if you use this, you'll be completely safe with your device. And it also has 4 strong magnets that hold everything in place. It's not sliding off. So that's it for the specs. Let's go ahead and talk about some of the pros, some of the cons. So first pro to me is, of course, it's an all-in-one device. So you get everything included. You don't have to worry about anything. You don't have to go out and get a tank. You don't have to buy a battery. You have everything in one small package. The fact that it includes 2 different drip tips, so you have one that's more of a wide bore drip tip, and then you have your common 510 drip tip, depending on how you like to vape. But options are always a plus. Having the auto rotating screen, while it's just sort of like there as a feature and you probably won't even notice it, to me, it's kind of a pro. So that way I don't have to worry about which way I'm holding it. It's just gonna flip for me and it's almost instantaneous. You don't even notice it. I do love that they used a brushed finish on all of their devices. I think that gives it a classier look. It does come with adjustable airflow down here at the bottom, another big plus. The glass tank is a massive plus. I don't know why people were putting plastic tanks in these all-in-one devices, especially if you're new to vaping and you don't know that there's juices out there that can crack plastic. This saves you from ever having to worry about that. Plus, it's protected inside of a metal shell. The fact that you can use this with multiple different types of coils and not just proprietary coils is another big plus for me. Also having the options of stealth mode and also having the temperature control mode, and it's extremely easy to navigate through their system. So that's it for the pros. Let's go ahead and talk about some of the cons. So one of the cons that I do have, and it's typical with anything that uses this bottom airflow style, is if you're using a thinner juice, it does have the possibility of leaking on you. While I only had it leak once on me and I took everything apart and cleaned it, actually I was shown by one of our employees over at our Mesa store, and she actually took care of that for me and showed me. But other than that, I've only had it leak that one time. Since then, and I've been using this now for roughly about 2 to 3 weeks, I haven't had it leak one drop, and I've been testing it and testing it and testing it. But just be wary. If you're using a thinner juice, I would definitely suggest a 70-30 or an 80-20 with VG being the maximum. And the only other con that I had is, while yes, you can take this glass section out and you could take this whole portion out, this piece does not come off. So one of the easy tricks that I've seen is you use, after you've taken everything out and you've cleaned it, to try and get whatever excess juice that might be sitting in this bottom portion. They just use some of the dust off, the keyboard cleaner. They pop this one open and just blast it with a little bit of air and it pushes everything out. That, to me, I wish I could take this whole thing out, but sadly you can't. This has always got to stay in place. So that's it for the pros and the cons and all the specs. Let me go ahead and take one more vape off of this. So, in my personal opinion, I really do like this all-in-one device. I think they did a damn fine job in construction. I've seen no issues with that whatsoever. I like the look of it. I like the feel of it. I like the ease of use. I like that it comes with everything you need but juice. I think that is a great component for any all-in-one devices. Plus, other than that first time that it leaked on me, ever since we took this thing apart and cleaned it out and started using a much thicker juice, I've had zero issues with this whatsoever. And with the 1.8 ohm heads, you can go with a thinner juice and not have to worry so much about the leaking, because the juice holes on the heads themselves aren't going to allow as much juice to flood in. But overall, I've really enjoyed this device. And like I said, I have been using this for roughly almost 3 weeks now, and only had that one issue, and I've been vaping on this pretty heavy. Airflow on this is exceptional for an all-in-one device. I'm actually getting really nice lung hits. It's not going to be super wide open like some of the crazier RDAs out there, but it isn't a restricted lung hit whatsoever. You can take a massive hit with this thing with the 0.4 ohm heads installed. So that's it for the review today, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Maybe you learned something. If you have any questions, make sure to leave them down in the comments below, and I'll make sure to answer anything I can. So thank you guys so much for watching. Really do appreciate it. And as always, vape on.